get the wiggies cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm wagging off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street selling's pretty tough, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. Though the charm is working in the underground, there's a crowd of men and women gather round. And the watches they are going, the money is a flowing. Think I'll take a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table, drinking tea. Looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch, he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid. Then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday. And to that he said, okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market where a man who looks like Leo Sayer is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggies and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way.
Had no poo, can't find the loo, going to the toilet at 2:30. There we go. Can you see me? Good evening. Welcome to Raconteurs News. It's Thursday night. It's a Thursday. It's not usually a Thursday. It's usually a Tuesday or a Friday. But tomorrow night, I've got my daughter's birthday party, so I'm going to that. And I'm also, I was banned, so that's why I didn't do Tuesday. Banned. I got a week's ban. I think it was something Chuck said. It was Chuck's show, the show that we had Chuck on. It was that was the show that got deleted and got me a 7-day ban, which was fantastic. I've had 7 days off. Served my jail sentence. Yeah, first night's always hardest. You know what I mean? You hear the door slam behind you. Know what you can do. You sat there all alone. No YouTube. I can't talk to you people. And I can't watch you people or do anything. It's just terrible. Terrible. First night, bummed. Everything. Just brilliant. Anyway, I hope you're doing okay. I really have missed you. Honestly, I have missed you. I hope you've been, doing all right. And I've had contact with a couple of people, and it looks like a lot of people are on the way, sort of on the way back up, sort of, getting some stuff done, which is cracking. Uni Black Sister, Taylor, he's got a 7-day ban from PlayStation today. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. I didn't even get myself a fucking drink, love. Can you believe that? I'll have a large dandelion and burdock, please. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Tony Hale. Oh yeah, terrible last night. I watched that last night. Terrible. Rangers got beat, unfortunately, in the Europa League, whatever fucking shit were. Like I say, it's not football anymore, is it? It's not people's game like it used to be. It's just been bought. It's like everything else. It's been completely bought. I mean, I like watching F1, but again, it's us and them. It's like some fucking dickheads. Apparently for hate speech. Oh right, okay. Who did you? Well, nobody mentioned Hitler, did they? Yeah. It's yeah, everything's gone. It's not people's stuff now. If you want to go to F1, and they have all these fucking hangers-on wankers, fucking Beckham and what's that other cunt over there? Fucking all of them. They're all cunts, aren't they? And they just stood there and like, fuck all about Formula One. Probably just want to be there. It's all about image and having a look. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're in space, as you can see. We're in space tonight. I've not got a guest, obviously. I didn't even know that this was going to be happening because, well, my band didn't end yesterday. I thought it were ending yesterday, but it didn't. Well, it did end yesterday, but it ended too late for me to be asked to do anything. So let's say hello to some people. Miss Blue Sky, good evening to you. Donna Caddy, good evening, Donna, and Matt as well, who I'm assuming is listening with you. Tom's Urban Explorer, good evening to you. Dinny's in the chat room as well. Non-violent extremist Tony, how you doing, mate? Listen, I hope I'm not treading on anybody's toes doing Thursday. This won't become a regular thing. If you remember, the last time I did a Thursday, it didn't quite end very well, did it? So I'm not going to dwell on that, but it didn't end very well. So. Thursday's probably a little bit cursed. Probably a little bit cursed. I don't know what it were about that day, about that Thursday. I can't remember what it were, but it was something anyway. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I still can't remember for the life of me. I'm sure I thought I had it written down there. Anyway, good evening. Chris Partridge, evening to you. Evening, Jason. You're in Spaceman themed Eurovision tonight, Jason. At Raconteurs. Yeah, space. Oh, what an amazing Eurovision. I didn't watch any of the songs. I couldn't tell you if Ukraine deserved to win or we deserved to come second. I don't know. Jason is representing Uranus in the solar system song contest. Yes, we're expecting a lot of... we're pushing for it, shall we say. We're pushing for Uranus in the solar system song contest. But it just shows you how sycophantic. I don't even know. I think it's got to be fixed. It has to be fixed. Surely it's fixed. Surely people aren't that fucking stupid that they think, oh, let's get Ukraine. Let's get it to them. Let's get it to them. Ukraine, because it's, because it's all going off there. It's just ridiculous. Jimmy Hagan, good evening to you, Jimmy. I might have you on in a bit if you're available, just to go over Russia and Ukraine and what's been going on there. We won't be talking. I think we probably got that ban for talking about the 9-dart finish or whatever you want to call it, the 3-dart finish, as it were. Good evening, Paula, as well. I've just been. I sent you a text message actually while I was having a poo. I hope you got it. She's sent me. I did. I was having a poo. And now she sent me a text message this morning. And I didn't have time to respond to it, so I responded when I just went up for a poo just before the show, which I normally do. But anyway.
Because I've been making you do DIY all day.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been doing DIY. I actually did some. I did some carpentry today. Carpentry, me. I'm like Jesus in like a new form of carpentry. Principium, good evening to you as well. 236. How are you, mate? I was gonna. I was thinking about you today, actually. More later. We'll talk about that a bit later on. Oh, cheers, babe. Thank you, my wife.
You're welcome.
She's doing her painting. She's painting behind us. She's got into painting right bad. Right good, sorry, right good. Which is why I've been doing carpentry, because she's been doing paintings on canvas, and I've been making the frames for them so that you can. So there you go, Joseph. No, I think Jesus were a carpenter, weren't he? I don't know. Anyway, it were Jesus, weren't it? Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was Jesus. Hey, they covered him in cheeses. Oh, Jesus, good old Jesus. Yeah, you're cutting yourself a new leg, Jason. No, I won't be cutting myself a new leg now. Oh, no, not a bad idea though. Utter shitty nonsense. It's saying I've got no fucking. It's saying my fucking thingy's bad and plugged in. I would like to congratulate Eintracht Frankfurt on beating the Huns in penalties. Laughing my arse off. Yeah, the Huns. I mean, it's a derogatory term. That I wouldn't use the term the Huns. I'd probably call them the Gers or something like that, just to be neutral. But I understand who you mean by the Huns in penalties. It's ironic, that, isn't it? But yeah, great. I watched it. It was unfortunate, really. If as a, I'm a Celtic supporter, so I'm not going to have any fucking sympathy for him. But you know, I could see that um, how close it were, and I'd like to say as well, Sheffield United did really well overnight. It's a real shame about what that they didn't get back into it, that they didn't win it, that they lost on pens, didn't they? Did they lose on penalties? Yeah, they lost on penalties. Yeah, they lost on penalties. So really unfortunate. They got back into game. I thought they deserved to win it. So unlucky to them. You'll not be going to Wembley like us. See, that's it. You see, people gloat. There were people all over Twitter gloating when Wednesday got knocked out. All United fans. And United don't realise that that's how fucking stupid it is. They don't realise they're next. And if they fuck up, which they've never even won a playoffs, I don't think they've ever got to the final. Oh, they got to the final a couple of times. Always got beat. So perhaps a little bit of what's the phrase? Discretion is the better form of valour, as it were. So yeah, that's blades my arse, says Heath. Yes, there you go. Dinny, Paula says, Dinny, fuck 'em all. Saying resonating with me. I don't know what that means. Tami go maith agos tuasa. Tusa. Double fuck 'em, Paula, according to Dinny. Yeah, double fuck 'em. Double fuck 'em. Yeah, everyone's getting well acquainted in the chat room. You're all good there. You're all good. I hope you've had good stuff going on. Do you know, I've not. I always say this, don't I? I've not really took much notice. All I've been taking notice of really is nothing. Nothing. I went to see Leeds on Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. I went to see Leeds on Monday because, of course, when you're blind, you buy a Porsche, don't you? Because you can't drive it. Well, it means how are you in Irish? Thank you, Dinny. Wait, let me find it again, and I'll say it fucking properly for my Irish ancestors. Tami go meith Augustusa. It sounds Russian, doesn't it? Anyway, never mind. Yeah, there you go. To all our Irish friends and foes as well. I'm sure we've got some Irish foes somewhere. I don't know where they are. Yeah, I've not been. I've sort of been slightly looking. I want to talk about a couple of things. We've got Oh, I went to see that. We were talking about, weren't it? Leeds. I went to see Leeds on Monday because he's bought himself a car. He had it delivered because I don't know if did I tell him about when we went to go and get his car and it all didn't work out? I didn't tell you, but anyway, we went to go and get a Porsche to look at a Porsche, and because he always wanted a Porsche, and he got money, so he decided he wanted to buy one anyway. He can't drive it, obviously, and his girlfriend's not really that bothered about driving it because it's an expensive car. Here it is. There you go. That's Super Leeds' car, and that's Super Leeds' drive as well, by the way. So that's Super Leeds' car. So I went up on Monday because to take him out, just take him out in it, have a drive around. We had a drive around everywhere. Brilliant. I hope you're listening tonight, Leeds, by the way. Called him a couple of times, let him know I'm going to be on tonight, but didn't get an answer. In fact, I couldn't get through. So we went for a drive, and he got me this hat and said I had to wear it in Space Station. So there you go. He's bought me an hat. It is a nice car, yeah. So we went out for about an hour while he were okay. The thing is, you see, is that I said I'll come and I'll take you out in it and we'll do things and what have you. But we were sort of limited to an hour because after an hour he started to feel not very well. But we had a really good drive around, and in fact he said to me, he said, I want to give you. Is it a new Motability car, Jay? No, it's not. No, he paid for it. No, it's not. But I could tell you about those as well. But he says to me, he said, there's a road near here called the Mad Mile. There's somewhere up near Murfield, near Huddersfield, if anybody knows it. But anyway, it's called colloquially, it's called the Mad Mile. And he said it's fast, it's straight, it's quite wide. It's a big road, and he said there's never out on it, and there's never any coppers or anything like that. So we can go and you can get some beans down there. So we were just cruising around, and we went to Mad Mile. Go up Mad Mile, and I says, "Right, is this what?" He says, "This is it. This is Mad Mile. Get some beans." And just as he said that, I spotted a cop car sat in lay by. So I went, "Oh no, fucking coppers!" But yeah, I did manage to get to floor it a little bit. I didn't get to floor it too much. I think we got to about 140 at one point. But that was on private land, obviously, for anybody listening. I did about 140. It does about 170, I think, top end. But yeah, it's a nice car. We went and it was nice to get Leeds out for a day, for an hour or so anyway. Jason Dinny says, Jason, come to Germany, get on the Autobahn, I'm driving. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, go on then. You can drive. That means you and Leeds are going in it because it's only a 2-seater. I'll just wait back in your fucking cabin or something for police to come and ask me to come and identify your bodies. Mick Ramos says Ossett bypass. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. Yeah, I know we're up there, Ossett and all that sort of thing. But anyway, we had a good time. Went to a few shops and things, and he bought me a Nasserite. He just won a load of money on FA Cup final, and he'd won I think 600 quid on FA Cup final. Wait until it needs a service. But this is the thing, you see. He don't drive it very much, so the services are going to be quite far apart. He's going to have plenty of time to save his money up, but I don't think he needs it anyway. But we'll get to we went and had a drive around, went to a few places. I said I'd take him. He wants to go to football, to the football museum at I think it's in Manchester now. It used to be in Preston, isn't it? But it's in Manchester now, near Old Trafford. So we're organising a few days out. But speaking of Motability cars, I had a phone call today to say mine is ready. So I'm picking it up a week on Monday. I ordered it in September. My Motability, my Spaz car. So I ordered it in September, and he rung me up today, and he said, "Oh, he says I don't get to do this very often because there's no cars now. No new cars are being made. So second-hand cars are a premium. So there's no new cars being made. But anyway, me Crosslands here. But he did say to me, he said, "Do you know that Putin? It's Putin's fault. If I could get hold of that Putin, I'd have him." I went, "Oh, whoa, 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 there, mate. Calm down a bit. Calm down, just a little bit. Fuck all to do with Putin that these cars are not being made. I'm telling you, it's nothing to do with Putin." And I tried to just explain it a little bit to him. He's a good lad, actually. He's from Leeds. He's a real nice bloke. He's sort of like everyone's mate, that sort of bloke. Sort of like Ray, sort of happy. And it's a fucking salesman. He sells fucking cars. What do you expect? So, yeah, he'll... driving an automatic, you only need one leg. Exactly, that's it. That's why I could drive and he couldn't. So you got a one-legged man and a blind man in his Porsche driving about. And it were interesting, really good, nice. So my car's going to be ready next week, and I ordered it back in September. So there you go. That's like nearly June, and before my car, September to June. What's that? 7-8 months, something like that. So that's how it's what they're doing with new cars. They're saying it's something to do with silicone chips or I don't fucking know, microchips or all that fucking bollocks. So, yeah, anyway, well, I'll just have a look at what I've got written down. I've got pigeon news. We're going to do pigeon news because apparently we've got monkeypox now. And I did notice a story on pigeon news, BBC Pigeon, about this. I saw an headline today in a newspaper. I think Richard Deal's right about this. You don't need to buy a newspaper. You see, they know that you don't need to buy a newspaper. They can get the propaganda over. Silicon chips was COVID, apparently. Okay. Well, we don't know that. That's not medical information, misinformation. In fact, it's not medical information at all. We don't do medical information on this show. We don't do it. We don't do it. We do health stuff, but not medical. So I got me stuff here. Apparently now maths is too scary. The word maths is too scary for children. They don't want to call it that now because it's too scary, and now they want to call it numeracy. Okay. So Americans, you'll have to just take the Y off the end of that if you want to fucking destroy another one of our words. But you know, if numeracy, surely maths is. Why is maths fucking scary? Why is it a scary word? Is it? It's a fucking shithole of a fucking word. I did see. I've written a few things down that I've seen. We'll get to Ukraine in a bit. I'll get Jimmy on if he's about. Wasn't maths scared me as a kid? It was usually the teacher. Jimmy, you've put math instead of maths. It's maths, mathematics, maths. Jimmy. Grives like new, didn't he? Okay, I think they're talking about cars. I keep the doctor away by eating a doner a day. Excellent, good idea. Doner kebab a day. Or do you just munch out a woman called Donna? Banners, let me put my fucking ticker on. There, that'll go along bottom there. Let's see. Draws attention away from my beautiful face, I know, but maths, yeah, it's mathematics, not fucking math. The maths teacher at my school was a head case. The maths teacher at my school, I remember my comprehensive school first couple of years teacher. He was called Mr. Molson, Moulson, and he were a right fucker. He were a right bastard. And when he wrote something on board, his letters looked like fucking numbers. They looked like numbers. His S's were 5s. I think he just used numbers. I think it's probably him that got idea of like having some ridiculous thing for a mathematic isn't a thing. It isn't, right. You're right. yeah, them number plate things. But yeah, it was. I didn't like maths. I weren't really particularly good at maths. But I just did enough to get through it. But I weren't afraid of it. Fucking teacher was a wanker. He'd fucking shout at you and give you fucking. When out you're on report, which I fucking were all the time. He'd always give you a cunt of a fucking mark, and then you'd have to explain yourself. And just went, well, it was just a normal fucking lesson, miss. When you went back to your form tutor, just a normal fucking lesson, miss. He just give me a fucking D for fuck all, nothing at all. Oh, don't worry about it. It's Molson. I think he thought that if you're on report, then you had to be bad anyway. So you just do it bad, do you as a bad cunt, just so that it just you never got off report. So don't trust maths, just doesn't add up for me, says a non-violent extremist. But I'm ahead of time, Paul along. Didn't I take it to on? Kendo keeps talking about football cars with, didn't he? Maths teacher had some really big tits. Your maths teacher I had really big tits. Oh, right, okay, Lion Share. Good one, yeah. What were his name? Anyway, speaking of men with tits, Paula sent me this morning, this picture. Let me just find this here. Paula sent me this. It made me beg the question: can I, if there's a man who's dressed as a woman, can I just comment at him and say, "Oh, ooh, wow, you've got a very good, nice pair of tits"? Can you do that if it's a man and I'm a man? I mean, I don't know, but anyway, this is the this picture that Paula sent me this morning. There you go. That's a male mannequin in a women's clothing. Massive. P. McGoohan. Evening, P. McGoohan. No, it were really a woman. Okay. I know that, but this is what. Can you see this here? So we've got this bald head. He would have put a wig on it. Surely a real trans bloke could put a wig on, wouldn't it? Muscly arms. Look, you can see muscly arms, and it's obviously man, but it's got breasts. It's got breasts. Can't have that.
You can't call them it, but call them they.
No, I can call them it, can't I?
No.
You can call them it.
No, you call them they.
You don't call them they. You call them it. It's an it. If it doesn't know what it is, it's an it. I don't know what I am. I'm gender confused. Okay, I shall call you an it. That covers everything, doesn't it? It. Is it okay with you? Jimmy Hagan had a crush on his French teacher, Miss Smith. Jason, no, it really were a woman. Okay, yeah, Lion's Share's teacher were definitely a woman. Was it Meatloaf from Fighty Club or Fire Club? Meatloaf. Don't know that one. P. McGoohan. Dino Massive. Big up to the Dino Massive over there in Dino, where me and Eve both grew up. And tried to forget ever since we fucking left. But, every now and again. I've got to see my fucking daughter tomorrow. It's her birthday, and she lives close to there. So, well, we're all going to a party. So, Weefy Man back on YouTube from Bookface. Good evening, Weefy Man. But I'm just looking through this. We all have tits, Jason, says Stephen Owens. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend's my account. Right, okay. It seems to have lost a few keys off his keyboard as well. Well, welcome back. Yeah, welcome back, Weefy Man. It's nice to see you. Kitty there as well. Good evening, Kitty. Hello to all the people. He, she. I don't want to call it an he, she, because it gets me confused. If it's a he or a she, if it's not a he and it's not a she, it's an it, innit? It's fucking madness. It's an they, them, a there, a who, and a how. I'm invisible. I could not resist. Bloody mad world, lol. I mean, where were that, Paul? If you could let us know. What shop were it? Because it didn't say. Fucking Paula says, dinner. I'm just trying to get through to thing. Please don't get banned for misgendering hate speech. This is not hate speech. I just can't understand it. It's hate. It's not hate speech. It is just. It's just speech. It's confusion. Can you get banned for being confused? Surely you can't. Because if you could get banned for being confused, then there'd be nobody on YouTube apart from, I don't know, me and Et2 Jason. Et2 Jason. Et2. I saw an image of a beast dude with 4 tits. Nice. Evening to Kitty, who are from the. I know you're anyone who's in the Telegram group. You know, sometimes there's like loads of stuff posted in there. Sometimes not. That's the way it is. That's how we want it. Just so somewhere where we can find each other. Also, as well, just in case I get banned again, I've got another account. I'll just type something in chat room from that other account, and then you can go onto that account and subscribe. Because if in future, if I get banned from this, I'll just do it on there. So there we go. This account, that's the one. I've popped it in there. So if you subscribe to that, Asda it were. If you subscribe to that, I'll be on there if I get banned from here. Paula says Asda. That's just while I find another a different way of doing this, because this YouTube's obviously getting utterly bollocksed. Even though I had a look through my strikes because it lists them, and I had one in May of last year, and I've had one in May of this year, but it doesn't list the one that I had in December when I had Ollie Damagard on, which is interesting. I don't quite get that. It's getting to the stage where you don't know who it is until you put your hands down there and check. We certainly don't endorse that sort of behaviour. Fuck Telegram, says Dinny. Here he goes. Oh, fucking Telegram queers. Oh, I'm staying too, Jimmy. Dear me. It's... says Dinny, the last one left on Skype. Oh, listen, this was fucking really weird, you know. Other night we had a conversation on Skype, me, Dinny, and Tony came as well. You were there, weren't you, Tony? We had this conversation on Skype, me, Tony, Dinny, and Uni Black Sister. And I fell asleep. I completely fell asleep. And when I woke up, everybody had gone. Right, I got me little tablet, and it were on settee on arm at recliner, and I were reclined, but I could see, but I don't think camera on me. I hope it weren't on me, because when I woke up, all I could see was Uni's face fucking staring at me like that. Honestly, he was just fucking staring at me. I thought that cunt's been watching me while I'm asleep. Jesus Christ, what's going on here? I don't know what he was doing, but anyway, I woke up eventually. But everyone else had gone except fucking Uni. I think he was just checking to see if I didn't die. I don't know. Jace, where's the link for your backup channel? It's this one. It's if you click on that, that Ultra Edge Media, there it is. Yeah, it's that one. Dins, Uni, and myself were taking bets on where Jace was. I thought he was stuck in his lift. You know what about it? I fell asleep. I'd had a joint, and I fell asleep, which is unusual after a joint for me. He's old Uni staring at you. Fucking hell, you don't want to wake up to that. It's like fucking waking up 20 years ago next to fucking Deirdre Barlow, who's put 20 stone on. Honestly, staring at you. Boom. You don't want to be seeing that first thing in the morning. Well, he were like 3 o'clock. You were pissed, Jason. I weren't pissed. I weren't drink. I don't drink. I weren't pissed, did it? I was stoned. I just fell asleep. I was waiting for you to wake up so I could roast you for falling asleep in the middle of a call, lol. I know, but come on. You were, you just happened to be there staring at me at the exact moment I woke up. I mean, what's that? Did you not go for a wee or all? Because I must have been asleep for a couple of hours at least. No, I don't think you were. I don't think you were licking the screen. I'd had a joint and I'd tired myself out. But anyway, that's what we get up to. I think instead what I'm going to do in future is when I'm going to do like a little chat, when sometimes we do have a little chat on Skype or whatever, I think I'm just going to do it on StreamYard and use this, but not broadcast it. I think that's probably an easier way. Yes, Chris, Chococelli and a few birds. Okay. Yes. So that were interesting times, interesting, fun times, and of course we'll be. We do calls and we do stuff. We'll be doing one after this as well. Waking up to unit. I know exactly, Principium. Thank you. It's waking up to unit. That is honestly, that was nearly as traumatic as that shit I had in Aldi, which I had to listen back to over there. And I thought, because I was gonna snip that whole story about me having a shit. I'm going to put it all in like just on one little video, so that just that story shit me birthday kegs. But I listened back to it. I thought it was a bit boring. Actually, I didn't think it was very funny. But I don't suppose it is. It was funny at the time. It was funny when I was telling you. Anyway, I still get a few strange looks when I take AD down to Aldi. See, I'm all over the place. I'm at Aldi with AD. I'm fucking driving Leeds around. If you want me to come round and do any menial tasks for you, anybody, just pop round. I'm also Webby's counsellor as well. So, most welcome. We're good. It was good to have you on, Tony, for a chat. Apple Charlotte these days, is she okay? There were a bit of a problem in the Telegram group with her. I don't know what it is. She's got this podcast. I think she does her own podcast. And she came in to try and promote it, which were fine. But then she tried to get somebody on it as well. It's like, we can't do everything for you. If you're going to do it, do it yourself and promote it. But, you can't just be, you've got to do something. If you're going to have, a show, a podcast, or whatever you want to call it, and you need to do it yourself. But yeah, still planning the meetup. Just waiting for a few loose ends to tie up, and hopefully it should be as well sooner rather than later. But I've been saying that for about fucking 2 years, so who knows? But yeah, there'll definitely be a meetup at some point. I'm hoping to do it in a way that I can get as many people there as possible, and it's not going to cost anybody anything. That's the main thing for me, is it's not going to cost anything, because this is Raconteurs News. This is free, right? This is completely free. You don't have to pay fuck all for this. I just come on and I do this. This isn't free. I do it for you. I do it because I like speaking to you, and you listen, I presume, because you like listening to me. So it's free. If this is not worth 4 hours of your fucking undivided attention a week, then I don't know what I went wrong job, aren't we? We'll do one in Chef, Bandit Buster. I'm sure there's a few in Sheffield. Anyone in Sheffield? What I'll do is I'll think of somewhere, and then next week I shall say, right, I'm going to be here, or me and so are going to be here at such a time. Anyone who wants to meet up will be there for an hour. If nobody turns up, we'll just go. And if they do, we'll sit down and have a chat. So that's all it is. I'm not going to be charging anything a week for anything. Nothing at all, because, well, I'm not bothered, to be honest with you. Chris Partridge. Plus, if you start charging, you've got to start fucking producing, haven't you? You've got to produce something. You can't just charge people and then just say, go on. come on, give me some money, and I'll just sit here. You have to produce something. So I wouldn't really want that pressure. I feel bad enough when I fucking don't give a free show. When I miss them like I did on Tuesday and last Friday because of the fucking ban that I got. But anyway, no medical misinformation tonight. No medical information at all. Non-violent extremist says, "Welcome to the show, folks. Great you could join us tonight. Thank you." And then he said something about like button, but I don't. It's not my part. That I'll be at Sheffield Steam Rally. When's that? Tricia? Let us know. That might be a good idea to meet up. It's the Steam Rally. Is it up at Graves? Which is not bad because I've got. I'm not far from Graves Park. I can either come up in my Spaz chariot or my Spaz in combustion engine car. My electric one or my car one. So whoever, if anyone's, tell me when that Steam Rally is. June 2nd, second week of June. Right, we'll have a look at that. We've got time before then to let people know, but that sounds like a plan. And if it's up at Graves Park and anybody wants to come down there, it won't be difficult to spot me. I'm the one in the NASA hat, right, and a Flat Earth T-shirt. And one leg. Yeah, I know, but that was the joke, Doc. The joke were, yeah, of course you'll recognise me. I've got the NASA hat. Graves Park charges for parking now. You just fucking park up, man.
Park outside our house.
Yeah, come park outside our house. There's fucking no parking spaces around here, but it'd be good to, have a walk up with us. Anybody wants to come and park, come and park out. There's should be able to get on somewhere. Yeah. There is on weekend. But anyway, 25th, 26th of June, that is. So, thank you, Tricia. I think that sounds like a good idea. The Steam Rally sounds like a good idea. Tony says Steam Rally sounds like a leftist anger release group. No, it's not one of them. You'll be all right. No angry men and women who have been misgendered and for some reason have we got the first gay footballer as well, didn't we? This is, by the way, this is not hate speech. It's thank you, Steve. Don't forget the hat, Jay, so we might not find you. No, you're exactly. Look for me hat. I'll put a homing beacon in my leg. Oh, you'll be working. Oh, so Tricia's going to be working in a motorhome. So we'll be able to come and have a cup of tea with you then, Tricia. Brilliant. I love a good Steam Rally. A bit of, he used to come up here, Fred Dibner, didn't he? And do. I remember seeing him a few times in Steam when he were going past, because there used to be one at Anston. There used to be one back in the day at Anston, and because I used to live close to Anston. I never went to the Steam Rally, but I used to see him going past, I used to see him because you fucking take all Alt Road, it's like fucking, they're right slow, aren't they? Fucking hell. They're right slow. So we've got a gay footballer. Forrest had the first one for years. He's a 17-year-old kid. I honestly, I couldn't give a fuck what he does with his dick or what colour it is after he's finished doing what he does. It don't make any difference. I wish he'd just fucking. I just wish people had just played football. If he's playing football, he's playing football. He's obviously not very good because he's like thinking, right, or he's not got as much confidence in himself because he's obviously thought, well, I need a gimmick here, otherwise I'm just going to be lost. Like he's only 17, there's much chance he'll not even make it. We need to rock up with Leeds in the Porsche. Now that would be an idea. Hopefully, he'll be well enough because that's the thing I've been saying to him is that it's all very well and good. We can go to these different places or book tickets for places and go. But if he's not feeling very well, so I'm just trying to cut him down a bit off his booze, trying to take his sip cup off him. It's a bit like having a kid. It is though, isn't it? It is though, really, and that's no disrespect to him. It's just that he's got his little cup, and I just wanted to to get better. So I'm just trying to encourage him, give him incentives to cut it down. It'll help everybody, including himself and his girlfriend and his mum. And anyway, yes, Steam rally. That looks like where we're going to meet. We're going to go to the Steam rally. I might have to get. I'm going to have to at that time. I will bring some Raconteurs news T-shirts. Oh yes, I'll bring Aid as well. Yeah, I'll bring Aid. Aid will come along. There's going to be some Raconteurs. I'll bring some Raconteurs news T-shirts because I'm getting some done, and then so that's just a black T-shirt with the logo. You see the logo in the top there, RN Raconteurs News. That's what the logos are going to be. The T-shirts are. So anyway, yeah, I'll bring Aid as well. That's good. It's building his confidence to cope without booze. It is. You're right. It is. It is. It's more habitual than anything else. But it's really. It's rewarding. It's rewarding to not drink. I mean, when I would stop drinking, it was rewarding that I could think to myself, right, well, that's, I've gone that day, and I've gone that day, and then I just stopped fucking listening. I stopped treating it like it were hard. And if you stop treating it like it hard, it's not hard. But anyway, going steaming. Get us a Rolex, will you? All right. I think he's referring to that where like a gang of senior youths will run into a building and just steam it and nick everything and then run off. We always leads and Aid the best. Listen, Aid's doing fine. He's all right. He's getting. He just needs his driving license back. Really, it's independence. I mean, it's not. It don't bother me that I'm taking him shopping and we're doing things, and I'd still do things with him. But it's just easy if he could just do his own shopping and that sort of thing, and then he's got more freedom, and he can come and see me for once, and I can show him all my cubes because every time I go, he's got his Rubik's cube and he can't do it. He's always messed up and he can't do it, and so he always gets me to do it, which I did I'm terrible. Adi, if you're listening, I'm really sorry for doing this, but you already know by now that I've done it. But the other day, Adi says, "Can you do me cube for me?" We got back from shopping and we've been swimming, and this was on Tuesday. And he says, "Can you do me cube for me?" Because he can't do it. And I said, "Yeah." So I did it. I go, "There you go." And he went, "All right, cheers." You're in the kitchen, and as I left, I picked it up and fucking scrambled it and put it down on the table again, didn't I? Like a fucking wanker. But that's just me. I'm just a tosser. But Adi, I'm sorry. I'll do it next time I come, which is tomorrow, by the way. I'll see you at 11. Yeah. So anybody who wants to, well, it looks like the Steam Rally is going to be our first meeting. The Steam Rally, that'd be good as well because there's a few other Telegram groups, local people, people local to us who have got, are in Telegram groups and like to meet up with other people. So we can find out that there's more and more and more of us as we speak that don't accept this narrative. The narrative that we're being presented, we just don't accept it. And there's no way on earth they can get me to accept it. They won't fucking. I was thinking about nuclear bombs earlier on because they were. I saw on AOL news. It was the news. I went on me AOL mail account, and it has like a news thing. And the news come up and it said Boris Johnson PM warned that he's making it so that nuclear bomb, Putin's pushing Putin to using nukes. Right, that's not going to happen, right? It can't happen. It will not happen. It's just not going to happen. It's a fear thing. There are no nuclear bombs. There aren't. There just isn't any. There's no nuclear bombs. They are not going to do it. And let's just think about this, right? If you're scared about nuclear bombs, and I come along to you and I say, by the way, these nuclear bombs, the nonsense and the crap. They go, no, they're not. Oh, God, Yumi. No, there's no nuclear bombs, and you think that they are, and then I say, right, okay, well, fair enough. Who wins? Nobody wins. If you're right, we're all dead anyway. If it happens, if it come, we're all dead. So you can't exactly go, and you've wasted all that time that you had alive worrying about nuclear bombs. There's no nuclear bombs. There isn't any. They won't do it. They won't do it. Total annihilation. Fuck them. Anyway, so there's apart from the one in Uni's in Taylor's arse, because Uni's put a nuclear bomb came out of my ass earlier. It's arse. You need to be able to spell ass like in the British the correct way. It's arse. Russia has figured out that it's possible to win a nuclear war. Hint S500. Okay. Did it have a crust, Uni? Says we're talking about Uni's poo now. This is a bloke who was sat watching me asleep. Can you nobody watches Piers Morgan asleep? Well, I fucking hope not anyway. Or any other. Nobody sits and watches Richie Allen asleep apart from his bird or whatever. Oh, I've got an email. All right. Oh, excellent. Hey, well, we'll not be far away. If it's at Graves Park, Tricia, we'll not be far away, so you won't have far to go for a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich and what have you, and charge up your, what did they charge up? What do steam rally people used to charge? Did they plug like the kettle in? I don't know. It's anyway.
You should boil some water.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it should be good. It should. Dins watches Richie Allen sleep, says Tony. Doomed, Dottie. Doomed. We're never going anywhere else. It's called Mad Mutually Assured Destruction. Exactly. It's not going to happen though. It isn't going to happen. Mutually assured destruction. Who's going to vote for that? I know this fucking world's fucking mad, but they don't forget they've left themselves out of any of this shit. Left themselves out of any of the shit that's gone before. They're involved in this. They're going to get that's oh God. I can't even talk about it because I'll get banned. But the what?
Dog stinks.
He always fucking stinks. He always stinks. He's fucking bit me again today, and all the bastard. Look at that, I've got a plaster on. Let me pull it off. Fucking bit me, look. Look. Fucking honestly, I feel like having him executed. Mobes, on the other hand, now you're talking Mobes. What's that? Mother of all bombs. Innit? Not Mobe. Mother of all bombs. Do we get a vote to go nuclear? Cool. See, yeah, let's get a vote. Let's vote. Shall we go nuclear? Can you imagine that? Now I believe that God is in fact Mel Brooks. Fucking hell, don't get Uni started on that. MAD only works when both sides have the same power weapons. As soon as one has a weapon superiority, MAD is out of the window. It's not even going to happen. It's not even going to happen. If that were my dog, I would kick the fuck out of him. Yes, I know, but I'm not. He is a vicious little shit. It's got septic. I don't think it's got septic. He only bit me earlier. Fucking don't want to have got fucking septic. I don't want to lose a fucking arm and all. Fuck me, arm and a leg. Gee, and it's opposite side. I'll be right off balance. My right arm and my left leg gone. Yeah, listen, I can't kick the fuck out of him because I can't kick, can I? Fuck's sake. Have you ever tried a one-man kicking in a fucking arse kicking contest?
One-legged man.
I have to, if I'm going to do it, I have to go for punches, I have to roll with punches. Stick down, get my head down and punch like that, but then he bites me on the arm. Nah. He's a little git. He is a vicious little shit. He is a... Watson! They all hate you in here. Everybody. Jason's number 3 in the pecking order in that house. I think you're right there as well, Chris. Get a good stick, Jay. See, that's the problem is I ain't got a fucking violent bone in my body. So I just don't... I've not got it in me to even to even do that. I'd even feel bad. He's got like this collar thing that we use for training him, which fucking obviously didn't work very well. But we got this collar thing, and you pull on it, and it just goes a bit tighter, and it like stops him whatever he's doing, and it works. But I just don't like doing it. I don't know. It's send Watson to Coventry. It's probably just my own. I'm just getting fucking. He saw me coming, didn't he? That fucking dog thought, right, I'm having this cunt. That leg's not going to last long. Because I got him about 3 months before my leg came off. Because he was supposed to be fucking. I had an operation first of all in May on my leg, and he was supposed to be to help me get over that. But no, God, fucking hell, didn't do that. It's Clifford, the big red dog. Get a shotgun, Jace.
Nobody's shooting my dog.
Samson option. I don't know what that is, Carl. If you could, it is just a scratch. That's what I mean. It is just a scratch. But it's just it keeps fucking doing it. I got one on my leg and all. I've only got one leg, and he managed to bite that fucker. Yeah. So there you go. It's it's the Samson option. It's the Samson. It is just a scratch. Other news. Let's have a look. Blah 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 blah. Oh right, I saw the fucking most ridiculous thing ever the other day. Now I'm going to save that for the second half. I think. Yeah. Second half, because I'm going to play a record in about 4 minutes time. I'm just going to play a quick record. I've just got some. Can you hear me? I'm a bit like dead out, so I need to just take a bit of something and a bit of honey down the old throat. You know, for me, deep and booming voice. Yeah, but we've got fucking Full Monty being filmed down here as well. So we've got the main headquarters is like I don't know, half a mile that way. This is in space, by the way. And yeah, he'll have seen him. Principium surely have seen him. We've got like this weird looking church down here that that was in. This is England because that were filmed around here as well. So they're filming the Full Monty because they're making a new series of it, and it's all old people that were in it. But I just don't think it's going to work. But anyway, they're all knocking about. You can see all. They're all there's you can see all trucks and everything. You know, we never know. We might bump into Denzel or something. But yeah, that's what they're doing. There's a place just across here called what's it called? That where you can go on and drive when you're not able to drive. Lightwood, yeah. There's an ex-RAF base, really old RAF base that's been down for years. It's that just across about I don't know half mile walk from here, and that's where all the shit's paced. That it used to be a place where you could go in your car. You could take your kid. I took Emmy in car when she were 15, I think, to give her a driving lesson and get her started. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, Lightwood, that's it. Yeah, Lightwood. So they're all based up there. But there's they were filming down near that weird looking church. And so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be. I think it's a Disney thing as well, isn't it? Again, fucking Disney. They nobody likes them, do they? I mean, Disney's just they're fucking horrendous things. But we'll see how this Full Monty thing goes. I don't think it's going to be any good. Half at jokes that were in the film, the Full Monty, you couldn't do anyway now. So I don't know whether it's going to be fucking any good or not. But it's a series, and it's got a lot of them who were in it before, including most of them. Isn't it? Who's not in it? Who's the one that's not in it? Is Robert Carlyle in it?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, right.
Someone from Sheffield has donated a 90s United shirt for him to film.
A 90s. Someone from Sheffield's donated a 90s United shirt for him to see. You get all fucking up to date showbiz news. In showbiz news, here on the free Raconteurs news. In showbiz news, yes, the Full Monty's going off down here. Somebody's given up their 90s Sheffield United shirt because he did have a Sheffield United shirt on it in film. They'd have to keep their clothes on now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Trisha. That's what I was saying. These are obviously now, we're all these years on, 20 odd years on, what, 20 years, 30 years nearly, isn't it? Yeah, we're at 25, 30 years. I can't see him taking the kit off, and you know, and would you want him to? I don't know. Anyway, some weird. So we've got weird showbiz stuff going on around. I'm looking to. I think I'm going to try and rent this space station when I get back. The half month. The half monter, yeah. They'll just take the prosthetics and the fucking false teeth out, won't they? That's what I'd do. I'd take all my fucking false teeth and my prosthetic, my earrings and that, and me gold tooth. Just take all that shit off. I don't know. Maybe they will be in hazmats to brainwash the kids. Maybe. Tony says, Jace, have you encountered any UFO aliens from your time in the International Space Station? Well, I've got to tell you, I had a fucking pizza delivered to me, and it weren't for me, were it? No, it was for fucking Buzz Aldrin. Who's not dead, by the way. I didn't know he weren't dead. I thought he was fucking dead. And he's not. Jason, thought you were getting Jimmy. I'm going to get Jimmy on. I'm just going to play a record. I need to take a thing. And I'm going to take a thing, a record. And then I am going to do some pigeon news. We're going to get Jimmy on. We're going to talk Ukraine with Jimmy. We'll do some pigeon news as well. Missed out on that for a couple of weeks. So let's see what we've got here. There we go. We'll go this one. I'll turn it down a little bit because it might be Wincy, but too high. You see it here, my Scottish accent there. We're fucking brilliant. I could be one of them impressionists and that, couldn't I? Evening, Robert. Good evening to you. Brilliant idea. Why don't you do a naked raconteurs calendar with your regulars, similar to women's? Yeah, that would be fucking good, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll tell you what. You can have me leg naked. I'll do a picture for a calendar. In fact, I'll do naked anyway. I've fucking done naked before. Right. Anyways, I'm going to play a record, and then I shall be back in just a couple of minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and then, like I said, we'll do all that stuff, and I'll see if Jimmy wants to come on. So I forget me Jimmy's. I'll just pop that in there.
Too many Florence Nightingales, not enough Robin Hoods. Too many halos, not enough heroes coming up with the goods. So you thought you'd like to change the world, decided to stage a jumble sale for the poor, for the poor. So you thought you'd like to change the world, decided to stage a jumble sale for the poor, for the poor. It's It's a waste of time if you know what they mean. Try shaking your box in front of the queen. Cause her purse is fat and bursting at the seams. It's a waste of time if you know what they mean. Too many hands and too many pockets. Not enough hands on heart. Too many ready to call it a day before the day starts. So you thought you'd like to see them healed. Got blue Pete at the stage and appeal for the poor, for the poor. So you thought you'd like to see them healed. Got blue Pete at the stage and appeal for the poor, for the poor. It's a waste of time if you know what they mean. Try shaking your box in front of the queen. Cause her purse is fat and bursting at the seams. It's a waste of time if you know what they mean. A waste of time if you know what they mean. Try shaking your box in front of the queen. Cause her purse is fat and bursting at the seams. It's a waste of time if you know what they mean.
Ooh, nearly missed it. And thanks. Oh, let me get rid of this fucking logo. That's what happens. This is the beauty of live YouTubing. YouTube. What we're going off in there. There you go. That was here, Heath. Flag Day Reborn. I wish I had the copy. I can't find a fucking copy of the Flag Day, the original Flag Day that I had, Heath. But I really I really wanted. I really like that one better. But anyway. But anyway, that's Flag Day. I do. It's fucking brilliant song, and brilliant singing, Eve. You did great, good singing there, you. Jimmy, how you doing, mate?
Hi, Jay.
Hey, mate. We're just getting a quick. I think we're a bit. We're all right now, though. All right.
Yeah, I was noticing a little bit of fluttering in the stream as I switched over from YouTube. I don't know if it's settled down yet.
Ah, right. Okay. No problem. How's it going anyway? What's going on in Ukraine and Russia, and what's going on at the moment? What's from your point of view? Because obviously I don't. I try to avoid it as much as possible for my own mental health. But obviously, when presenting a show like this, I've got to have some sort of knowledge of it. So you're our man on the front line, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's fascinating watching the battle unfold. It's amazing. Like I've never followed a war in such close detail, and thanks to Telegram. Telegram is amazing because you can plug into all these sources from all over the world, and they're all given like real-time updates. And what I've noticed is the sources I've got on Telegram are really accurate, like and most of the time they're not posting like mainstream news sources, although a lot of them do, like depending on what the topic is, but getting updates from the battlefront, and they're usually panning out okay. So I'm quite impressed with Telegram, and I don't know, are you starting to appreciate Telegram a little bit now that you've switched over to it? It sounds like you have.
I don't mind it at all. it's like how else with social media, it sort of has fits and starts, doesn't it? Things come and go, but it's really informative. You can share some good stuff on there. Like this. What about the? First of all, I'm going to play this. Have you seen the Bush with the Freudian slip? Yeah, I'm going to
Oh
play it.
wow!
I've got it on here. I've got it now, so I'm
Yeah,
just about to play it. So anyway, this is George W. Bush
amazing this
talking. I
one.
don't know what the context is, but he was certainly talking. He's talking about Putin, Vladimir Putin. I don't know if you've seen this, but here you go.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. I mean, of Ukraine. Iraq, too. Anyway.
I mean, how fucking stupid is that? Did you see? We just sort of like went, you know.
I was I seen it going around earlier on, but I had to go out to work this morning, so I didn't get a chance to actually tune into it. But I caught up on what Tony posted in Telegram, and what I took from that was like, did you play the whole thing? You know, you didn't play the whole thing because
No, because I wanted to import it onto this, and the whole thing would have been. I could have got it on YouTube or something, but I don't know. But anyway, but it was just that particular part.
Yeah, well, he summed it up basically like that's typical projection, basically, and we're all quite familiar with that. But he made a few other subtle little comments in it too, and I just can't remember at the moment what they were. Something got to do. What was it? What was the whole context of that video? There was a few other little bits and pieces. Do you know what? I actually did respond. I've got a little record of it here actually, but in my response to Tony and what he posted. If I'll just go back there and I'll just the statement was not the invasion of Iraq, but what he agreed it was an unjustified. So what he was agreeing to was that it was an unjustified attack in Iraq, right? And that he was pissed off, and that he was really annoyed about how Russians were basically arresting people who would be in opposition. Like, and I presume he was on about the guy who was the proposed opposition leader, Putin, but I'd imagine the West would have preferred him. Was it Medvedchuk or something like that? Was that his name, Medvedchuk? He's sitting in a prison, but I'd imagine he was the guy that the West would have installed in Putin's place. So I'd imagine that's what Bush was going on about when he was talking about, it didn't come out on that video there, but when he was talking about how Putin was jailing people. So I imagine this Medvedchuk was a pretty nasty character, and he was a puppet for the West. And so there was a few little caveats there, which in that little clip from that it didn't. I'd suggest to people to go find it. It's all over Telegram at the minute. Like go find it, and there's 3 or 4 little caveats, 3 little Freudian slips, which like show really the Bush for what he really is, like, you know, and he's projecting it, like, and he didn't mean to say it. You can tell that he didn't really mean to say it, like, and he tried to fob it off that he was, oh, that's 73 years old talking there, like, you know, but no, that's not. That's you telling it, painting yourself as you truly are yourself, you know. So it was a very, very interesting clip.
So what's going on in Donetsk? I've heard that the Russians have beaten back. Is that what they're saying? Is that the Russians have beat back the Ukrainians? Because Ukraine's army has been hitting that area, hasn't it, for years and years. So are we saying Russia's sorted that out?
No, they're not beating them back at all. And this is what I find fascinating about this particular war. I'm watching Russian strategy. It's like Russia done this from the start. They didn't actually go full in and attack all the cities at once. And what they done was they knew where they were. They knew where the Ukrainian armies were. And what they done was they bypassed all the major points of contention. They just bypassed it and rammed straight through the fucking middle of them at their weak points and totally cut them in half, like. And now what they're doing is they're forming these little mini cauldrons. So what they're doing is they're actually surrounding these little areas. Like the main battle at the moment now is going on in a city called Severodonetsk, I think is the name of the place. If I pronounce out, I might be really fucking that name up, but Severodonetsk is where it's all happening at the moment. And Russia have now taken control of two key areas in Severodonetsk, and there's a few other little battles going on. And what they've done is they keep on sort of pounding through really weak points, bypassing the main areas, and forming these little mini sort of like, they're basically surrounding all these little mini places where they're all holed up. So they're not beating them back, but they're actually sort of like surrounding them from all fucking sides at any place that's going to be contested. They leave a little bit of an area for them to retreat if they want. But the word is that Zelensky doesn't want them to retreat. And I think there's a good reason why Zelensky doesn't want them to retreat. And we've been getting some interesting videos coming out during the week there of Azov fighters who are telling Zelensky that if we catch you, we are going to kick the face of you. And they're not saying that they're going to kick the face. They're going to kill him if they get their hands on him, because he's basically abandoned them. He's abandoned his soldiers. And I think he's ordered them to hold the ground. He's ordered them not to retreat. They've got to hold the ground. And I don't think the Azovs like this very, very much. And they're very, very unhappy. And now a lot of them are really trapped. So I think Zelensky is probably like playing the card now that like, okay, it's not looking good for me. If these guys actually get out of the hot zone, they'll probably come for me. So maybe Zelensky is thinking that like, okay, we'll let the Russians take these guys out, and that means I'll be safe from them because they're going to kill him. I reckon they're going to kill him if they get their hands on him.
Who you think that if they get their hands on Zelensky, they're going to kill him? Or do you think that that's just the way it's been set up, and then Zelensky suddenly is assassinated, and then we can blame it on Russia? Is there that scenario? Because I mean, we know that the West, that's their entire playbook is false flags, that sort of thing. So is that a possibility?
It's so hard to like. Everything's a possibility because, you know, everything is just misinformation coming from the West. It's all, even that attack on the. Do you remember where there was the Russians apparently took heavy losses trying to cross a river? I think it was the Dnipro River or somewhere like that. They were trying to cross a river crossing, and there was a load of tanks, and it was all proclaimed to be Russian. But there's a lot of researchers been looking at those tanks, and it seems like they're not all Russian, and that probably only a few of them are Russian. So it's hard to keep track with the disinformation, and it's probably a good idea to just keep your eye on the disinformation, but keep a closer eye on like more reliable sources which have been sort of given good, honest, balanced reporting, like say like Jacob Dreisen or De Duran, and to name just two. There's loads of good people like actually giving like good, honest reporting, you know, and. You know, you can't take anything as read in this, you know, and anything is fucking possible. But I think the Russians want Zelensky alive, you know.
Do you think? Yeah, I mean that might be. I mean, you could say a lot about Ukraine, that it's, you know, it's a war zone, and it's you know, there's stuff going on there, and it's a terrible place to live. I think you don't all fucking sing a good song though, don't they? Eh? Can't all fucking sing a song. Fucking hell. So it were almost as if it were like the fucking thing were upside down. It were like the results were upside down, because UK came fucking second. I mean, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Where the fuck were Ireland anyway? They weren't even in it, were they?
Probably not. They probably gave their place to Ukraine, knowing the cunts here. But an interesting thing that happened, there was a couple of countries reported that their votes weren't counted right. Moldova was one of them, and I think it's been coming out that like the votes of Moldova they voted somebody else who they traditionally vote top. Their top vote was given to Ukraine, and whoever they usually vote top got voted with the 10 points, and was another country as well too. So there was two countries that came out and made the claim that their vote was misrepresented. So no, anybody who thinks their vote counts, forget about it.
Dinny's having a conversation on his own. He's talking about China on his own in the chat room. But he said 80% of everything around you comes from China, even the cloths on your back. I didn't hear fucking Dinny wears cloths. See, he just wears a loincloth when he's going around once. That's all he does. The cloth top his arse. Well, that was just fucking. It was just crackers, man. And then you've got that bloke who's supposedly in this fucking bunker. It's just been. It's.
Which bunker was this now?
I don't know. It was the bunker where the bloke were, weren't it? It was you were in a bunker. The Ukrainian representative who gave their vote. I mean, they had chance to vote on who they thought should win fucking song contest. So let's fucking,
Oh, I didn't watch the song contest. I was actually unfortunate enough to end up in my mum's house. I didn't know it was going on, and I went in to visit mum, as I do when I go into town, and it was actually on, and I got to see two songs, and never have I seen such a bunch of misfits in all my fucking life, man. And God help anybody who actually sits down and watches that and thinks that's good entertainment, because I'm sorry, those people need to be jabberwockied now.
Me and my missus were watching a film, I think, that Saturday night. We were last week. Anyway, we watched a film or two, and then when film went off and she was going to bed, that's what came up. It were the song contest, but it were the votes, and it were about halfway through, and I thought to myself, I've got to fucking watch this. And I thought, oh my God, Ukraine are right down at bottom. You know, where it's because they were quite low down up until it got to the public vote. I think that was the message that we were supposed to get, was that the public were all on Ukraine's side. I think that's what it were. You know how people like to gravitate towards who's got the most in their gang and who's got most in their crowd. So, and I think that's what it were. It were like, and it just Ukraine got like 400 fucking points from telephone votes, and I think Sweden got about fucking 25, and they were second up until till it got to that. It was just so ridiculous, man. It just
a little bit like the rerun of the 2020 American election. We had to pause voting in the middle, so everybody had to wait till the next morning to get the vote, and all of a sudden, Ukraine went from the bottom to the top.
Carl McClure says, they have to give you what they want you thinking. Energy goes where attention flows. I think that's one of David Icke's things, isn't it? But yeah, it's right. Attention, that's energy. I mean, look at just how big the business of getting likes is. And likes and shares and all that. It's a business. To some people, that's a currency. It's a currency. For me, it's a currency of the unremarkable. Is that you want likes and think all that bullshit? It's just all fucking that. But that's the way that everything seems to be directed. So you've got to vote for Ukraine because everybody else is voting for Ukraine. It's like that thing fucking Webber used to say. People vote Labour because my mum and dad used to vote Labour. Same thing. It's like you're just following one pack, whether you don't know what's going on, but you don't really want to. That's what most people are like when it comes to things like Ukraine. When they're having a conversation, they'll like to engage in the conversation, but they don't want to sound like they don't know what they're talking about, right? So they'll just go along with whatever the consensus is in that particular group. It happens all the time. Where as humans, we're just fucking so easy to manipulate and just to turn. You can turn people. Look what they did. Look what these fucking celebs. They get cancelled for nonsense, nothing things. And yet you get fucking Anton Deck crashes his car, pissed up on Christmas Day, fucking injures somebody, and that's he's back on fucking telly as soon as he's out of rehab. I mean, Jesus Christ! It just shows, doesn't it? The more
Yeah.
fucking little bits of money, so you can buy more sparkly things that people create. It's ridiculous.
Who was that? Who was that CNN correspondent, that presenter who was caught wanking on fucking telly when he was on?
I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
Oh god, man! Yeah, he was wanking on telly like during the scamdemic, right? And everybody was working from home, and he was there wanking live on TV with the other presenters. Like he thought he was off camera, so now he's back on fucking telly. Oh,
They
man.
were one, weren't they? Called fucking. They were one. I can't remember whether they were a politician or someone. I think he was a politician, but he were called fucking Wiener. That was his name, Wiener. And he got, he get his knob out at people, like, here, have a look at this. Just
But
ridiculous.
I think Blue Sky was talking there about everyone should hear Latvia's song "Lol," but I seen a great meme there about referring to Latvia, and it was like Putin with a phone to his ear on a call with the Latvian prime minister, and the little bubble conversations went like this: "Do you want to win the Eurovision next year?" In other words, do you want to get attacked? Brilliant. There's some great meme.
Listen,
Yeah, go on.
everybody, don't take any notice of Dinny fucking saying I was wanking on Skype the other night. I fucking weren't. I fucking tell you what, I woke up with a start. Can you imagine that, Jimmy? Can you waking up and you fell asleep and it's like middle at night, it's fucking dark, and you look up, there's only light is emanating from your tablet that's facing you, and you look at it and it's fucking uni in
Oh
all
no.
his fucking glory, looking through some windows at you.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if you caught my message in the chat earlier, but back in the day when I used to be on the radio with Sean McGee, and we used to do an awful lot of work for our shows. Like we used to do a 3-hour show and be jam-packed with guests, and there'd be a week's research gone into all the shows, and then after the show there'd be all the editing, get the show out, get it promoted. So like it was like a week-long fucking job basically. And Sean he got great energy, like, and he'd be talking into the middle of the fucking night, And several times I fell asleep, like in the middle of a conversation. And I remember waking up a couple of times after being asleep for God knows how long, and Sean would be still there talking. So, oh, shit.
Look, me and Andy once went on someone invited me and Andy on. Listen, don't go on anyone's show. It's fucking. Honestly, I do this, but if I'm a guest, I'm fucking hopeless. Me and Andy went. Someone invited me and Andy on the show. I can't fucking remember for the life of me who we were. But I got fucking shit faced, and I was absolutely fucking because I said to him, I said, if I'm coming on, I said I will have had a drink, like, we're all right for a bit of swearing and stuff. And I said, yeah, and I fell asleep on that fucker. I can't even remember what it were about, but I'd had a drink. Andy's fucking going on like he used to, like he did. It was quite he had a nice radio voice, but it were
Yeah.
very monotonic. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it sort of sent me off to fucking sleep. And I remember waking up and it was all gone. It had all gone off.
The focus wouldn't say it, it wouldn't even wake you up, It's at times like that. It would be nice to have somebody would shock you with a bit of an electric current, Wake up, you cunt. But I see, while all eyes are on fucking Ukraine at the moment, like there's a big deal going on with Sweden and Finland, right? This is really fucking interesting what's going on there, because they're hoping to get into into NATO. And it appears that Turkey is saying no. They don't want fucking Sweden in there because they are apparently sympathizers with the PKK, the Turkish people's sworn enemy. And so Turkey is saying no, unless Finland. You have to love Erdogan. You know, he's a real fucking he's a horse trader. You know, it's like he's going to milk this for every fucking penny it's worth. Like, you know, so Sweden have to sort of denounce the PKK, and God knows what he's going to get them to do. Maybe fucking extradite fucking a ship pile of those cunts out of Sweden where they're hiding, and they have plenty of fucking problems there, man, with fucking dodgy ISS and all sorts of fucking terrorist organizations in their country running rampage. So I think on that matter, Erdogan is quite fucking correct. But he's also looking for other fucking deals from NATO as well too. Like, he wants sanctions dropped because he bought the S-400 system from Russia, and he also wants back into the F-35 system from America, because Turkey have been under sanctions for years, right? So Turkey is seeing this as a fucking opportunity to maybe get out of some of the little sanctions holes that they've dug for themselves. And plus, they don't want to fucking fuck things up with Russia either. So Turkey are playing a very, very interesting game, and that's a very interesting game to watch. If you know, everybody is probably a little bit Ukrained out at the moment, you know, because and this is another dog and pony show which is going on the side, which is really, really fascinating and worth keeping an eye on to see how this geopolitics works, you know, and see how this horse trading goes on between sort of like international neighbors and stuff like that. It's fascinating, Jay. I find this maybe I know some people find it fucking boring and don't want to know about fuck, but I do find it fascinating, you know.
Yeah, well, I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating as well. I find it that geopolitics. I know, like, to me, it's all played out. They're all playing their fucking little part in this thing, right? Everybody, they're all doing it, right? But trying to work out how this movie's going to go and where it's going to go, it's like watching a real film. It's like when you think, well, where is this going to go?
Yeah.
So it is fascinating because Finland is neighbours with Russia, aren't they? And for Finland, I mean, that's almost as bad as NATO being in Ukraine.
You know, Finland got the shit kicked out of us by Russia back during World War II because they sided with the Nazis, right? So they may watch out, because, you know, if they decide to sort of side with the Nazis again, I think they might have the Russians might have a thing or two to say about that, you know. Finland were booted out of their old home territory and sort of shipped off up to where they are now, and were told to stay fucking neutral and never get involved in anything against Russia again. So they're walking a very, very dangerous, dodgy line right here and now. These little Finnish people. I see Dinny is busy. Dinny is saying, I worked in Finland, crazy motherfuckers. I knew a few Finnish people myself, and I don't know if they're crazy motherfuckers, but you know, they just seem like Dutch people. You know,
Get stoned all the time.
yeah, they look like they're in that kumbaya mode all the time, but they're quite aloof. But they best be careful. Don't fuck around with Russia, because they might fucking move you up to the Arctic Circle next, you know, and you may get your fucking winter gear out.
Yeah, get your winter gear out. Listen, if anybody else wants to come on and jump on and have the say, we've got about half an hour left. You're all right with that, Jimmy, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. It's Raconteurs News. It's an hour and a half in. We've done an hour and a half already. And it's me, Jason Holmes, with the Facebook truther, Jimmy Hagan, who's also dressed as the Incredible Hulk tonight. And we've had Smurf as well. And somebody says that you've been waiting that long for because I've been off that long, that you've been waiting, that you've fucking been sat and not done your beard. There you go. So everyone's commenting on you. I'll put
clear the cobwebs off. It was sad during the week, Jay, because, you know, I realized for the first time just how important this little show is for a lot of the people. Like, you know, and a lot of the people were very left lost because it wasn't on, because we have to understand that, it is a big thing, this show, for quite a few of the members here on the site, because this is their home. And, it just hit me there while you were off for the week there, and watching some of the people talking on Telegram, and a few people were a little, very, very, not lost, because we don't have any sad cunts but they were lost without the show. And it was just, I thought it was quite poignant watching it play out this last week.
Yeah, it fucking pisses me off when that. And to be fair, it was probably something Chuck said. I think I remember. I'm not going to repeat it, but I think it was something Chuck said. But like I said, we don't do medical information here. We do health information, and we talk about what other people are reporting as well. This is not us. This is us pointing out what other people are reporting. So, who would you, if I were to give you £100 bet with all the winnings to go to charity, who would you bet would be the first person to pop up when I put the link in the stream?
Boris Johnson?
The first person to come on.
Boris, yeah, Boris.
Yeah, all right, 100 to 1, Boris. Let's see if you're right. You said Boris Johnson, our survey said.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
That's what I saw. That's exactly what I saw when I fucking woke up, only were looking directly at me.
Oh, man. Yeah. Scary.
Yeah. Jason, did I scare you? Did I give you nightmares?
No, you didn't give me nightmares, mate. I didn't go to fucking sleep, not after I'd seen that.
You were just like, I can't go back to sleep now.
Well, it's not that. I just fear waking up again. Nah, I don't fear sleeping. I fear waking up.
So I guess, Jay, because you've been tuned out and you want to hear about what's going on in Ukraine as well, and I've been keeping an eye on all the different parts of it. The biggest thing that's going on at the moment is Azovstal.
Azovstal?
You're aware? Azovstal, the steel plant in Mariupol.
All right, yeah, in Mariupol, yeah.
Yeah. So Azovstal is where it's fascinating what's going on there, because the crazy thing about what was going on during the week was we've had Zelensky. He's been running around and he's been saying that we've negotiated the evacuation of all the Azovs from Azovstal. But in fact, what's going on there, it's not really an evacuation. It's a surrender, what's going on. And so at the moment now, what we've had is they've been coming out 6 or 7, 800 a day, soldiers just coming out and just handing their weapons over to the Russians and giving themselves up. And
good.
We thought up until yesterday that we've had about 1,700 people have come out of there so far, women and men, and we thought that there was about 2,300 in there in that vault. But that there's word coming out at the moment that there may in fact be 2,000 more underneath there. So there's, I wish I could talk there's stuff going on. The stories that I've heard, that is it possible that there was fucking cannibalism going on down there over the last fucking 3 or 4 weeks, man? I don't know. I wouldn't rule any fucking thing out at this fucking stage, man. It's I'm not sure what the fuck's happened down there in Azovstal, but the fact of the matter is they're surrendering now en masse, and they're being evacuated, and all the injured soldiers have been taken to hospital and taken care of for getting their wounds treated and stuff like that, and the rest have been shipped to camps, I think in Russia, where they will be processed and stand trial. And I think the first trial started today of one of the Azovs. I've got very little detail on it yet, but all I know is that the first trial started today. So a lot of these people are going to be. Some of them are probably going to be in serious fucking trouble. Some of them could probably get the death penalty, for crimes against civilians and stuff like that over the last 8 years. I'm pretty sure the Russians will know who they're looking for and what to charge with. So I think that's apart from Severodonetsk and what's going on there and the two mini cauldrons. Azovstal is the big deal. This is like the end of the Azov battalions in Mariupol. So that's the other big, huge story in Ukraine at the moment, and it's ongoing. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it, and see who comes out with it. We're expecting at some stage to see some high-level Americans and Frenchies and English people to come out. We've already had a few English people come out with there, so we'll just have to watch that space. It's a really cool TV show.
It is. It certainly is. Oh, fucking Dinny. Look at this. I worked in a shipyard in Turku. It's fucking, honestly, it's like Uncle Albert. Everywhere anybody mentions he's fucking been there or he's worked there. I worked in a shipyard in Turku, fucking hell. He worked as a masseuse.
And I believe him, and I do believe
I do as well.
him,
That's the thing. That's the thing. I do believe him. It's just fucking ridiculous. The man's
he's been
ridiculous.
everywhere, that fucker.
I know. It's like fucking dog shit.
It's like that old saying, Jay, a good mouse never depends on one hole.
Une, what have you come on to say? Or have you just come on to fucking to be my worst nightmare?
I've come here to be your Slender Man, the guy that's gonna haunt your dreams and is gonna stare at you and behind every corner. You're like, oh, is he there? Is he watching me? Is he there?
You know what, Une? You know what you'd make? You'd make a fucking great good Amish. Get yourself one of them fucking straw hats and an awesome cart and that. Go through fucking streets and like that. Say you could be an Amish, man. Easy. He's got looks for it, hasn't he? Don't you reckon, Jimmy? It does look like an Amish without an hat. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I think they have longer hair though, don't they? And beards, proper beards.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
proper beard.
But Jimmy, if you ask me, these people, I hope they get what they deserve. These Azov Italian people, hope they get what they deserve. And if that happens to be the death penalty, then I guess it's just going to have to be how it is. If you ask me, when it comes to the death penalty, is if you kill someone, then you forfeited the right to say that you don't have the right to kill me.
Principium, who's just out road here from me, has got this question. He said, with what evidence do you introduce the concept of cannibalism? I think from what you were talking about before.
It's just that's what I'm saying. I can't confirm it. It's just I have a few trusted sources who have been bang on about a lot of things, and what they've been saying is that some bodies have been coming out, and let's see if I can remember the way they worded it. They weren't in one piece, and it appeared that some had been consumed.
Well, if that's the case, would it be people hungry that wouldn't have any food, or would it be the Azov battalion just doing it because they're psychopaths and and literally no other reason? If this cannibalism thing is true,
cannibalism is not a new thing, and
no, it was all over the Ukraine and Russia in the 1920s and 30s because of Stalin's forced famine. The Holodomor.
Yeah. And apparently it happened here in Ireland during the famine too. And there's been a number of recorded cases of people who have crashed in airplanes in really dire straits where they've ended up in situations where they had to decide to eat the dead or die. So look, I'm not going to judge them on cannibalism. They're trapped down there in an awful fucking situation with no water, very, very limited food, and these corpses, what I've been hearing, were frozen. Okay, so it's not beyond belief that they may have been low on food and may have ended up having to consume the dead.
No.
Look, I'm not here to judge them on that. I'm not going to judge them on that because, look, you know, what people do in survival mode is one thing. If crimes is another thing. Crimes is a totally different thing. So
yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to look back to Holodomor for evidence of what people do when they're forced into starvation mode. Like, you know, when Stalin forced the farmers to give away their rice at gunpoint and their crops, and that's what happened. You know, there was all sorts of stories of cannibalism, which of course the Western powers tried to cover up. Yeah, this is around the same time the Roosevelts recognized the USSR as an official state. But yeah, that's another tangent. But yeah, I hope that these people get what they deserve. Like,
right. It's time to do some pigeon news. I think we're at pigeon news stage. What do you reckon, Uni?
You mean that thing where you just read gibberish?
No, it's not gibberish. It's fucking pigeon. You don't be racist.
I don't know what pigeons. The only pigeons I know are the birds that fly in the sky and that eat the bird food, and I like to shit everywhere.
Here we go. This is from 2 hours way down pass. Monkeypox cases way spread abroad day investigated. 5 cases of the rare disease done day confirmed from Portugal and 7 from Spain. Health authorities talk. Monkeypox. What do you make of that one? What do you make of monkeypox, Jimmy?
Well, I think we should promote monkeypox to donkeycocks, just in case of medical disinformation. So, donkeycocks. I've been following donkeycocks now for a while, since the first cases started being reported. So I just decided I better look it up. And donkeycocks apparently is not very contagious, right? And well, what's interesting about the current outbreak of donkeycocks is that it appears to be spreading among gay people, right? Males, especially, right? It's got hints of AIDS 2.0, you know.
Isn't that what they said about freaking AIDS and HIV?
That's what I'm saying. It's got.
You go to the fucking trouble of spelling out the word AIDS so that, you know, we don't get flagged out, and he just comes out with fucking AIDS.
Yeah.
You don't put your fucking tail in it, man.
Oh, my bad.
So,
no, you're all right. Go on.
So anyway, the interesting thing about donkeycocks is that when I was researching it, it turns out the first time donkeycocks was ever reported, it was sort of reported it came from a lab, right? It came from a bunch of monkeys who were in a lab, and it was never seen anywhere else until it turned up in that lab. So it begs the question, right? I'm not going to say too much more about it because you know what? It just smells of something man-made, you know?
Certainly, well, it's fucking appeared an incredibly nice time, you know, because to get people away from, if like you said, if things start to quieten down Ukraine-wise and Putin or what have you, they're going to need something else, aren't they? So, I mean, these are probably just seeds to be planted, but they could call anything, couldn't they? And just because someone's given a name. I mean, monkeypox, it's a ridiculous name, really. It's like chicken pox. I fucking don't even like chickens.
Yeah,
what if you're a fucking vegan and you get chicken pox? You're going to feel like right cunt, aren't you?
It's kind of related to smallpox. It's in that family, right? And this disease that was apparently eradicated.
Yeah.
Put that in.
You know, it's funny. Quotes. Usually, whenever a disease seems to be eradicated, usually it just comes springing right back up as soon as they start rolling out vaccines that they encourage people to take. That's what happened to polio in the 50s.
Here we go. We're on to the Jabberwockies again now. Can can you actually learn to talk in code, just in case? Because when you start mentioning words like Jabberwockies, you might get Jason flagged again. So maybe just try to.
Yeah, and if you get us banned, then
we could say
nobody will
Wookiees.
forgive you.
We could say Wookiees, like from Star Wars, freaking Chewbacca.
Yeah. I like the way I like the way Thomas Sheridan puts it. He always calls it the foghorn leghorn.
Hey, I'll tell you what we could do here. Actually, let's have a look at this here. See the 10 hottest countries for the world in 2022. Let's see if Ukraine have won this as well.
Oh, the climate change.
Oh no, climate garbage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see, it's going to tell me 10 hottest countries in a minute. I'm going to go. Here we go. Oh, now they've bombed out, aren't they? Ukraine.
Djibouti. I think that's very, very Africanized. I think they're being racist against the rest of us here, and they're just putting themselves up at the top of the list.
It's a form of bragging, isn't it? Really, the bragging.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to mention this before I forget. Apparently, in Portugal right now, they're having a huge influx of Californians coming over there who will try to escape Gavin Newsom's tyranny during this whole COVID psyop. And apparently, they're basically requesting, "Hey, can you please get out of our country and stop immigrating over here?"
And where is that coming from? What evidence do you have of that?
I came up in my breaking news feed and on the bottom of my screen, like where you have like breaking news that pops up, like say Joe Biden has said this and all that.
Who said no? Who broke the news? That's who broke the news first and foremost.
I don't know who exactly broke the news. I didn't look into it. I just saw the article. It doesn't really interest me, but I'll tell you where I'll tell you what it was real quick. Hold on. You have to give me a second.
All right, more pitching anyway.
What were you going on about anyway? It was so important to tell us that he can't even fucking remember what it is. He's had to go and find out what it is.
He's talking about Californians making an exodus out of California and going to Portugal, and Portugal want to kick them out because of what are they doing coming there, and I totally agree. Like, you don't want a bunch of fucking crazy lunatics from California ended up in your country, man. All these woke libtards, man. But I don't understand why they want to leave California. I'd imagine they would want to be sort of hanging around with their own species there.
California's shit. Because California's fucking shit. That's why.
What's it got to do with price of fish? Who cares about California, man? Look. How can you be talking about California when it's on here? It says Musk wan charge businesses and governments way day on Twitter. See, that it affects everybody.
Oh my god.
And what and governments? What comments is it? Comments is it? Way day on Musk want charge businesses and
Governments.
Yeah, governments.
Way day on Twitter. You see, that's what's not fucking fair about this is they get this fucking brilliant language, which is fucking right good to talk. And you can just make any old shit up. And we have to use English.
Yeah, we're going to have to adapt to their style, I reckon. And I think it's a good idea. It's a really good idea. Rather than just talking the usual crap that we talk, just code our own language.
Yeah, that's how we should do it. Read that one for me, Jimmy.
How Russian billionaires and businessmen they go Dubai to avoid sanction.
It's like she could have just said sanctions.
Well, that's not exactly true. That's not exactly. Well, maybe they do go to Dubai. Why are they going to Dubai? That's is Dubai. what is the reason they're going to Dubai in particular? That's
Because there's lots. They'll take you any sort of money there. There's lots and lots of dirty money in Dubai. Lots.
Dubai don't become the safe place for wealthy Russians where they dodge the impact of Western sanctions where they impose over the war for Ukraine. Plenty Russian billionaires and entrepreneurs now in Dunland, United Arab Emirates, business leaders tell BBC. Property where Russian they buy for Dubai done rise by 6-7% for the first 3 months of 2022. One report talk. Not doing too bad, Jerry, am I? I'm learning this.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. So, so property where Russia. So they're buying the property in Dubai, and but property has risen by 67% for the first 3 months of 2022. So they're buying the property because properties are rising there. Okay, right. So basically, the Russians are buying the property, and I'm just trying to think: are Dubai sort of like Russia friendly? Because Dubai. Russian oligarchs are trying to escape the clutches of the West because the West is stealing their shit, man. Right? They're robbing all the stuff off the oligarchs. Putin is actually loving this because Putin fucking hates the oligarchs, the Russian oligarchs, the most, and he's loving what the West is doing because he's robbing all the Russian oligarchs of their wealth and stuff, so he doesn't have to do it. So Putin is laughing all the way to the fucking bank on this one, you know.
As he should, honestly. I mean, most of these Russian oligarchs, they probably have business interests in the West anyway. I doubt that they're really faithful to the Russian flag.
See, it says the UAE never put sanctions on Russia or criticized the invasion of Ukraine.
Also, I find it funny how a lot of the mainstream and all of them are trying to blame Russia for all for not having any food or any of these like stuff that we're used to having when it's blaming Russia, and it's just like, you motherfuckers are the ones that put the sanctions on them in the first place. If they don't want to, if they don't want you to buy their stuff with dollars, they have no obligation to make you do that.
Well, I tell you what,
that's interesting what you said there, Jay. Going back to what you were reading from that article there, that the United Arab Emirates haven't put sanctions or don't support the sanctions on Russia. So the oligarchs feel a little bit safer there because they think that they'll be able to sort of like keep their wealth, and still keep it a little bit outside Russia. In a sense, do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, in somewhere that's. So you see, this is the thing about this. And I know I come on here because it sounds funny and it really is. But you read a lot of stuff on here that you don't fucking read in Western media. I don't know if you remember when I first started doing this, there were a story about fucking drinking blood. These two, I can't remember who they fucking were. Drinking each other's blood or something. Well, now I saw an article a couple of days ago that they're in shit for it. There's people who have found out about it and are all fucking disgusted. So, you know what I mean? But we broke that fucking ages ago, ages using BBC Pidgin. And this is what I mean. You're able to read it because in your head it sounds funny, but also there's plenty of good fucking information in there. I know it's BBC and that, but there's good information in there that they don't think we're going to read because the people who just go, well, that's fucking, gibberish.
Well, it is a little. You just have to decode it a little bit because because it doesn't make sense if you're a natural English speaker. It doesn't actually make sense. But if you actually read it a little bit and try to decode it, what they're trying to say, it makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah. Of course it does. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good. I like this. Yeah, I think we could be. Don't suppose they'll sponsor us, will they?
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Worth a try. We do a weekly sort of like news wrap up of Pidgin. Why not? Give it a go.
This e-talk, that means he said, wouldn't it? Look, Russians way they come down no day by just for investment. Dem day look Dubai as a second home. E talk. So that
And
must
what
be
you,
he said.
yeah, perhaps. Could, talk. I'm trying to think because in Africa, like it'd be a mix of English and Dutch. So the talk or thought he said, yeah, maybe said.
Talk, yeah.
Hmm. He
Uh,
talked.
oh,
He talked. He said. He talked. Yeah. That's it. He said.
yeah, I think it is, yeah. UAE are one of only 3 countries, along with China and India, where no join one United Nations Security Council vote for February to condemn Russian invasion of Ukraine. So there's India, China, and the UAE. But I tell you what, I've lived there. I wouldn't trust them. Not the people, just the government. I
In
wouldn't.
the
I wouldn't.
UAE.
Yeah, the UAE. Yeah, I lived there.
Okay. Did you
I
meet
lived
Billy
there.
there? Did you?
Yeah, I lived there for a few years ago, 20 years ago, more than
No,
20
I
years.
said, did you meet Billy there?
Oh, fucking hell. In fact, it was fucking 30 years ago. Fucking hell, fire. I'm a right old bastard.
Not that
We're gonna,
freaking old.
right, I'm going to stop sharing this. Anyway, there we go. We're back on. Right, I
That's
think.
that's interesting, Jay. That's very interesting, I have to say. I'm going to pay a bit more attention to that pigeon now because I'm seeing something of what you're seeing. So yeah, it might be worth keeping an eye on that.
Anyway, I am going to wrap this up because it's we're gone past 2 hours. I'm gonna, if anybody wants to come on, afterwards for the back chat, I'll put the link in now. You can come on, you can talk, or you can just listen. 10 people on is most. So, and there's kind of 3 of us on now. So, look, anybody, welcome on. Come on. It's usually if you can get a word in past fucking dinner. Then get yourselves on. I shall see you on Tuesday. I don't know what I shall be doing yet, but I shall be doing something. So, so thanks, extremely thank you for joining us tonight, Jimmy Hagan and Uni as well. And thank you for listening to you people in the chat room. It's been a bit lively tonight, but we we just love it. We just love it. That's all I've got to say. Thanks everybody, and take care. And I shall see you. On Tuesday.
In Telegram.